Hey together, Aaron the Black Dragon's back, and welcome all of you to another part of Muramasa, the Demon Blade. So, that's not the map. We are here currently. I think we need to run to Musashi, or just over there, I don't know, but we're getting closer to the sealed up place that I said that we want to go to. Now that I have all of my equipment again, all of my healing items, to make sure that we don't die instantly before we go on to defeat the main boss that is currently our main goal. Well, not main boss, but the next boss fight that we have to deal with, which I basically ran away from because I feel like I was underleveled and underprepared in general because I didn't have any healing items. Which is another reason why we are here, because I wanted to buy some healing items and train myself up a little bit, because otherwise I don't think I had the chance to beating his name. I don't know what it was called, I'm sorry, but there was no way for me to beating him at the moment anytime soon, so I think I have to go all the way up to this little part right there. So let's have the map up for that. Okay, then a fight it is. I need also to try and become a little bit better with the fighting in this game, because if I'm not getting better with the things that I can do and how I should react in certain situations, then I will always just be beaten up by enemies and won't have the ability to do— oh, I got a smoke bomb from you. I mean, you are ninjas after all, so it would make sense to get smoke bombs from you. But if I'm not getting better at the fighting in general, then there's no way that I can beat the later bosses. So, need to get my head in the game. Sadly, I got hit there, so can't do anything about that. Also, I wanna try and grab as many of the souls as possible because we wanna make stronger blades. So, okay. I hate you, you know that? They are frustrating because they go into their shells and therefore become invincible for the time being. I do not like that. I don't wanna willy-nilly use my healing items. I could and make sure that I don't die. Okay, let's do that real quick. Use up my healing, my bear pellets there. They and this stupid jumping out of the water attack make it really difficult for me to gauge when they are attacking, which cost me a lot of health right there. But that's what I mean with I need to get better at fighting, and especially the when to use what kind of thing. And how to block, because blocking is such an important thing to do here. And I don't seem to get it. So that's, since I'm here, let's go and heal up. And at that, save as well. Yes, I want to continue the game. Feeling better. And I think, always pressing the run button, yeah, I just need to run straight now. The ninjas aren't really that big a deal. I should be good without any problems. Also need to figure out when the best moment is to use things like my special arts, like the B move that I just used right there, the fairy bolt, and how to best use them in a strategic way as to not waste up my blade without good reason. But I think a method there is that I can use it a lot of times because it uses up my durability, I'm gonna call it right now, of the blade whenever I use it. So it's probably one of the better things to use whenever I know that I can switch out my blades with the special attack that I get. So I think, well, more ninjas, no problem for me with them. I don't complain about having to fight ninjas because they're at least fun to fight. I wish that I would know a few more things that I can do. There's also a certain method of fighting with only pressing the button every now and then and not permanently tapping the button, but just holding it down and dashing around like this also seems to be a valuable idea and a good method of fighting. But then again, here we are with me trying to figure out how things work. So let's go down here, get myself some souls. Well, that was good. And right here is the stand. Level 9 or above, I'm level 12, close to level 13. I feel a lot more comfortable doing this now than I did before. Let's see what this entails. 100 armed monks. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Ouch. I need to be careful. Okay. Always be careful. See, that's what I mean with sometimes just the dashing seems to be a good idea. Let's use my fairy bolt while I have it. Let's be careful. Let's do that. Use liquor if I can. And there we go. There we go. See, those are combos that I need to get used to. But now there is 100 monks in this. Am I taking it correctly that this is actually the challenge that I have to complete here? Because if that's the case, it will be a toughie. Oh no. Okay, I get everything back. For a moment I thought that I've lost everything that I used in there, which would have been bad. But doesn't seem to be the case. 100 armed monks. I don't know if I can do that. Let's use the fairy wind from the very beginning. Oh, that's not good. Broke my blade in twine. I don't know how to use my block moves in a good manner or not. I feel like there's something I'm not really getting to the game. And I really wish I would figure it out before I die over and over again. So, but I feel like even if I start blocking, that the things that I'm doing are not the best. Let's do that, because that gives a good amount of damage. Switch to that. Hey, that's so much damage there already from them. I think one of the best methods that I can take is slash them up into the sky and then... Okay, they deal a lot of damage there, and I'm pretty sure that this is only another wave out of, I don't know, like 3 waves. But do I actually get the EXP from the fights, even if I die? Because if so, then that's actually not a bad method of grinding out my level. I have no idea if that's actually the case, but let's try and see what we can do here. Again, I have no idea if I'm doing things... No, I'm not doing good. I really did not do good. That was the fastest I've died. I think I didn't even take one of them out there. This will be a lot of trial and error, but it wouldn't be different if I tried to bash my head against the big boss fight at the moment. So, I mean, that's all I can do at the moment is try and get stronger and figure out methods on how to play the game correctly. God, they are really relentless right now. I mean, the easiest method of getting to play through the game is just changing the difficulty setting. I know that. And I might have to do that if I feel like I'm genuinely stuck. I don't feel like I'm genuinely stuck at the moment. I feel like there's something to this game that I still need to figure out. Like, I don't know how the game 100% works at the moment, so therefore there is not really a lot to do with setting the game to a lower difficulty other than just making the enemies easier but not teaching me how to play the game still. So yeah, I still died. Except for me changing it and making the enemies more easy to defeat, there wouldn't be a change. If you get what I mean. I would just have an easier time of defeating them, but I still wouldn't learn how to properly fight them, because just because I change the settings around and make them easier doesn't mean that I all of a sudden know how to fight against them properly, because I still would die. Even if in an easier setting I still would die, because I still wouldn't know the correct methods of taking on enemies. So maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea if I looked up like tutorials on how to genuinely play the game a little bit better in between the recording sessions, to find out what methods you could use to actually become good at the game, which, genuinely speaking, I don't think would be a bad idea for me. I need to heal myself. Bad thing is that you can mostly... Okay, I have not the power to heal myself, to use my... I wanted to use my ability, but I didn't have enough durability on my blade. So that's what got me killed there, ultimately in the end. I know that I'm right now only bashing my head against the wall. But this is a learning curve, so trust me when I say it is sadly necessary that I do this in this episode. Maybe in next episode. There's a lot of damage being dealt to me from them. And I'm immediately going to die here. Let's go with the Hornet, because I at least get invincibility frames from that. So there's no way of me actually defeating that. That is a challenge that I don't think I can do. But I mean, the challenges are here to be really difficult. I mostly use it right now to grind up and maybe figure out certain things I can do. Because there is stuff that I'm not aware of with the guard system. With holding the button, with dodging out of attacks. Like, I just did a pretty good dodge there. Not the best dodge. Don't get me wrong, not the best dodge, but I did a pretty good dodge. I dodged right into an attack. I want to switch out my blade so that I can have a better understanding of the attack there. So, if I can get you out of the attack cycle, there you go. More monks come in. And now I can use my Hornet, deal a little bit of good damage. They fly in, they swoop in with tremendous force, which is the reason why I die so quickly, because I underestimate the moves that they make. I would love just to get through the second wave, because if it's really 100 monks that I have to defeat here, then there's no way I can do that. But again, I get at least the experience out of that fight. Oh, they also have dash attacks. That's what's getting me there so many times. Let's switch my blade around, have that. Use my Earth Hornet. Because if I have a lot of them in one spot, like I do right there, an easy method of taking them out. And take you out. Goodbye. And before you do anything dangerous, let's use my liquor. Wait for them to come back. Whoop. Not easy at all. Let's do that. Use my liquor, my second one. I don't think I can defeat them still, but I get a better understanding of how things work. Do that. Sadly into the wrong direction. And there I go. I think I'm slowly getting an idea on how to tackle a large group of enemies. I know, this episode will be called The Learning Curve, I think. Just so that you know that you don't necessarily have to watch this episode. You can leave this episode out and don't miss anything too tremendously. I attacked you, you shouldn't have been able to do anything there. I also don't know at what moment I actually cancel out their attacks. I don't really get how the blocking system in this game works, so there's also something that's making my life extremely difficult. If I would get my level up in between the fights there, that would make it extremely good. Because then I have a higher chance of getting through the second wave, if I don't have to use one of my liquors. But again, I get the level ups anyway. I get the XP and I get all my things back, so this is genuinely a good method of me grinding up my character and getting stronger and better at the fighting in the game, because I don't need to wander around in the hopes of finding enemies. You know, I just find and I have guaranteed enemy fights in here and have a guaranteed combat battle with a lot of enemies that give me XP and also a genuine understanding of how things might work here. So, got you, and if you stand up please, there you go. There we go, got my level up so I don't need to use my liquor. Which gives me a big advantage toward the second wave here. It's a really good moment to use a specialist if you feel like you're in a tight spot like I was right there. If only now I get my strong attack like that. Boom. Taking out a lot of enemies with that. There you go. That worked wonders. Let's heal myself up because again I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna have to fight more than one wave and more than two waves. Don't have really the chance to take them all out. I still have one liquor, so bit of an advantage, but not a lot. Well, I took some out from the third wave. Things are difficult. This game is difficult. Let's take a quick look, because I still have another blade in here that has a lot of strength. Yeah, two-handed blade. So, if I switch you out, now I have a stronger two-handed blade. Well, long blade, sorry. So that's something. I could try and jump in and forge something. I don't think I want to do that, however. I have a stronger blade now. I might not get to use that ever. But still, I have a higher level. Going into the very first room here, I have a stronger blade with me. Let's go with that. Getting to know how to fight properly in this game is probably the most important thing. And I'm struggling at that most basic of things is how to fight properly. So that's something that I genuinely need to learn. So let's switch out the blades here. Give me a little bit of an edge for the next wave. So, and goodbye buddy. There should be no way that you on your own can take me out. Okay, I'm gonna use the liquor just to have a little bit more health when I'm trying to fight them. So, there we go. Let's do that, because I have a whole bunch of them in one row. That's good. There we go. That also was a good timed attack there. Let's try and take them out. Finding out when to use what kind of set of moves is probably the most difficult here. Okay. And again, finding out how to block is probably difficult thing. That's what Moonlight does. Okay, well at least I took some of them out, so no complaints from me. Or some complaints, because I'm still not defeating them. There might not even be a me defeating them, because 100 armed monks I can barely get through 2 waves. If anything, I can barely get through the first wave at times, so let's do that. So, damn it. It's a toughie. This, however, damn it, I jumped right into your attack, but if I can't see where you're attacking from, how would I be able to prevent that from happening? And they cannot stun them for like, they cannot attack you. That's not really an option that you have in this game at times. Because if they attack, they might just attack you at times. So you're gonna have to contend with what you got. Let's do that. Let's switch around my blades here. Oof. Ah, damn it. The biggest problem that I run into is if I fall down from above straight into an attack from them. There's nothing I can do against that. But I think I'm getting somewhere. I think slowly but surely a certain set of movement skills is coming into mind there, and how things should more or less look. Not saying that I'm becoming good at it, because there's, yeah, nearly dead already. There's still no way that I can beat this challenge. But now we're getting closer to the point of me actually being able to beat that boss. Especially with me getting stronger and stronger doing this every time, bashing my head against it over and over. I think I'm gonna do this until level 15, then I'm gonna also end this episode. And then let's switch around right here really quickly, because I feel like I'm in a more dangerous spot than I want to be in. So switch. That's not good. That's not good. Let's switch around here. Use Fairy Bolt, because this gives me at least a little bit of a shielding ability. Because if they get too close to me, they at least get the damage dealt. Hey. Let's use Fairy Wind one more time. And taking them out is top priority. I'm being taken out right there. Super duper annoying. Let's use Fairy Bolt and I'm down. They can deal a good bit of damage. I think that's the difficulty setting there. They deal so much damage. And again, not knowing how the blocking system accurately works is really tough. Also thinking that maybe sticking only to the short blades, the faster blades, might also be a big problem for me there, because I have blades that could deal so much more damage, but I only stick to the faster ones because I'm more... Well, yeah, you actually see that it makes more sense for me to stick with the faster ones, because I didn't get any hits off there anymore and just got juggled. So it actually makes sense for me to stick with the faster blades and have the speed advantage if I don't have the technical advantage with the stronger blades. I would love to have the advantage even with the stronger blades, but I don't have the ability for them, so let's stick with the speed advantage. If anything, I can at least have that. Okay, we had a good start there with lots of damage dealt, taken out a few monks already, and not a lot of damage taken. Then suddenly I took a lot of damage and haven't taken out any of the monks anymore. They deal so freaking much damage. I don't know if they amped up the difficulty of the enemies in those stands as well. Might be, because those are challenge stands after all. stand up please, and boom, there you go. I have to use it, otherwise I'm just dead in an instant. That was beautiful. I got attacked by someone, which is something I'm not really fond of, and I'm down. This, if it would be required to do this right now, I don't see us getting anywhere. I would have to turn down the difficulty, I would have to train up off screen. If this would be a genuine thing that I would have to do, then there would be no way that... Wow, I lost a lot of health there in an instant. So, if this would be a genuine thing that I would have to do right now, no way in hell that I could do this. As it is, however, that it's just a challenge that I can do, I feel fine with not being able to beat it. Even if it might be frustrating still to watch for you, it means a lot for me to right now just bash my head against the wall, dying over and over again and figuring out how this game works really. Seeing what things I should do more. And seeing how certain aspects really can make a difference here. I will die if I'm not careful. And I at least want to get to wave 2. To get more experience out of that whole thing as well. I need to try to get it to at least wave 2. But it's good in a single fight with only one enemy to go up there and try and juggle them up into the air as much as possible. With the dash attacks as well, which is extremely useful. Let's go for a special if I can. Because right now they're a little bit... Okay. Let's okay. Didn't let me do this. Also, when I can use certain things is a nice thing to learn right now. How much input lag certain things have, and just overall. If you have difficulty with a game, don't just try and go with a lower difficulty. I mean, you can if you don't want to invest too much time. I'm not telling you how to play a game, but sometimes just bashing your head against the wall, that you know you're not gonna win, because, wow, that was the fastest I've died probably. But sometimes bashing your head against the wall with the intent of knowing only that you bash your head against the wall over and over again, just for one singular reason, and that is getting experience and knowledge of how the game reacts in certain situations, is incredibly useful. Why was I so high up and didn't get you? That was now the most interesting thing that I want to ask. There's so much going on and I'm gonna die here in a second again. I thought that I learned a little bit but apparently the only thing I really learned is how to die faster. Well, one more try, one more time with gusto and the head against the wall. Then we're at level 15 and I feel that I've gotten to know a lot more about this game that will help me in the long run. Really would love to know still what I'm doing wrong with blocking, because there is a blocking system in place, but I don't know how it works properly, because if I just hold my blade up, I'm just gonna lose my blade. So it's not good for me to just do this without the knowledge on how things work. I gotta level up in the right amount of time there because I was getting close to death. I hate those monks so freaking much by now. Took them out, only one of you left. There you go. And let's heal myself up. Again, there's no way that I'm gonna beat you anyway, so I can also just do that. Also, the invincibility frames from using specials like that are incredibly useful. So I need to switch around and use that thing because that's really helpful. Oh, that was a good one. Let's go. Switch blades. And you are done. Third wave. Need to heal myself up. Using my fairy bolt. Because we all know that right now there's no way that I can beat the third wave. Because I don't have the healing items. But what I can do is just wreck as much experience in there as possible. Because now I also have a faster blade, so that means I at least feel a little bit more comfortable in what I do. So let's see. And there I am. I was hopeful for a second. But that's all. I was hopeful. Well, I went all the way here trying to see what it is. It is a tough challenge. But it also taught me a lot. Am I better at the game now? I doubt it. Because those were massive fights. A lot of enemies, a lot of damage. And I only got to wave 3. But the last wave I did rather well. I think I could beat it if I just kept bashing my head against it and my level grows, obviously, so that's a really good thing. Bashing your head against it and having your level grow over and over and over and over. At one point you will be able to do it. I don't want to level up too much. Level 15 seems like the perfect level to run back, forge a few more blades once I'm there if I can. Equip myself with stronger blades, hopefully have enough healing items to take on the fight. I don't know, but next episode we're gonna head back to the boss fight. So, I know this episode probably won't be for everyone. But for me this was an important learning experience. To get into the groove, getting to know things. There's still things that I don't completely get, and as I said, in between recording sessions I might look up how certain things in the game work. Because I'm pretty sure there are mechanics at play that I don't fully understand yet. So, if I get someone to explain that to me, I might have a better chance at certain fights in the future. But as for now, I'm gonna leave this episode here. And we're gonna see how we do in the boss fight in the next episode. I hope I can make it in one go to him, but if not, you can see. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it anyway. If you did, how about leaving a comment down below? Tell me if you know anything about this game, if you have some insight that's useful for me. It would help me out a lot. And I really hope to see you in my next video. So, bye!